Tattletales. And here's the star of Tattletales, Bert Convy. What are you up to now? We haven't even started and already you're pulling tricks here. Yeah, good afternoon, everybody. You have seen
That's nice material. You should have a suit made out of it.
Moving right along, folks. We hope you have fun today. We're going to have fun. I know that. We have three wonderful couples. We're going to win you all some money, I promise. So let's start it off, shall we? Fellas, have a seat out here with me. Ladies, step to the rear, and we will start our first round of Tattletales in just a moment. As soon as we get all ready. Individually as couples. Shall we do that? First is Mr. Orson Bean and his wife, Carolyn.
Yes.
Carolyn, it's nice to have you with us as always.
Thank you.
You're entirely welcome.
I've never kissed a girl in a blue box before.
Really? Well, there's always a first time for everything, isn't there? Give her a big kiss, Orson.
All right.
Say hello to her. There it is. Wasn't that nice? Did you feel that,
I
Carolyn?
loved it.
Really?
It's a whole new thing.
Oh, boy.
She's weird. She'll
you're
go for
weird.
anything.
Next thing,
I'm going to have one built at home.
next to Carolyn Orson is Lee Bernhardi and his wife, Janet Lennon. Nice to have you folks with us, too.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And we'll be looking forward to an album that's coming up with you and your sisters pretty soon, won't we?
Right.
Next to Lee and Janet is Mr. Glenn Ford and his gal, Cynthia Hayward. Is Cynthia all right?
Yeah.
We've lost Cynthia's picture. Is she all right? Glenn hit the
I'm
top of the
fine.
box, and I think you knocked her cold is what happened. As we've lost the picture there. Isn't that funny? But I think we can fix that up, can't we? All right. There she is again. No, you did it again. She came on, you hit the box, and off she went again. Now wait, that's everybody. Wait a minute. Let's see if we can get it. No, to heck with it. So we move on. She'll come back in a minute, won't you? Oh, tap it. Give it a tap there. There she is.
Come on,
no,
darling.
just once. There she is. There. Now don't touch it.
You know, if he...
All I can say is this studio cost $400 million to build, and all we have to do to get a picture is hit a box on the top of it. Okay. Fellas, I'm going to ask you questions about you and your gals and your lives together. When you have an answer you think she's going to recognize, you know what to do. You press a button, you give me a clue. Ladies, go away. We'll get back to you in just a minute, okay?
Bye-bye. Ready
Ready to go? Here comes the first question. A time one of you fell asleep at the wrong time. And Lee is up. Tell us about it, will you, sir?
Well, my wife is very famous for, not only for singing, but for falling asleep.
Oh.
She has fallen asleep in several restaurants
Uh-huh.
while we've been waiting. But I think last year I was the associate director on the Emmy Awards, and we had gone to the party afterwards to where all the well-known people are. And we decided we didn't want to stay. So the director of the show, Marty Pacetta, invited us to go to Chasen's, to where all the big wigs were going to go to Chasen's afterwards, and he said we get plenty to eat. Well, we got there and there was no food as usual, so we went into the restaurant to order. And I'm sitting there, and she is like this. And that's it. And everybody, I mean, like Carol Burnett and all the award winners, I can't remember, you know, a lot of the names, but everybody was coming by saying hello and how are you, and she's
Sound asleep.
it was terribly embarrassing for me.
Terribly embarrassing.
That is my story.
Now you're going to give me a clue, and she was asleep. She may not remember it. A one or two word clue.
I think that it should be, what is it?
You can't say Chasen's. What is it? What? A time one of you fell asleep at the wrong time.
I will say, I can't use Chasen's.
No.
Emmys.
Emmys?
Emmys.
Can I say that? Yes. You can. All right. One word clue, and it will be Emmys, worth $100 to the yellow rooting section, who are already bananas at this point. All right. Let's bring on the ladies. All right, ladies. We have asked the fellas a question, and we have a clue. Here is the question first. A time one of you fell asleep at the wrong time. Now, the clue is Emmys? Janet is up. Tell us about that, if you
He could
will.
have had about 10 clues for this one. I fall asleep all the time at the wrong time. But this particular time, Lee had worked the Emmys, and he worked very hard. And we were real excited. We were going to go out after the show. We went to Chasen's, and he was in a taxi.
That's it. You're absolutely right for $100. What more can you say? You fell asleep and missed it all, didn't you?
Right. And he was introducing me, and I was going...
All right. Thank you. That's $100 score for you. All right. Gentlemen, here comes the next question. Ready to go? It happened in a bar. Orson. Somehow I had a feeling that when I said bar, Orson was going to pop that button. Tell us about it.
Half of our courtship took place in one bar or another.
And we'd want to know where the other half took place, right, gang?
We were sitting at a little table in our favorite bistro in New York, Dick Edwards, a high-class upholstered saloon. And there was a couple sitting at the next table, and they were engaged in a heated conversation, and we were kind of half eavesdropping, just as you will in a restaurant. And the guy was talking to his girl and explaining this, that, and the other, and he looked around in the course of this heated, animated conversation for a napkin, couldn't find one, and just without even really realizing what he was doing, reached over and picked up Carolyn's napkin from the next table, wiped his mouth, put it back, and went on talking. Carolyn looked at me. She couldn't believe it. The waiter came and cleared their dinner away and brought them coffee, and the guy goes on talking, and Carolyn reaches over to his table, picks it up his cup of coffee, takes a sip of it, and puts it back.
That's funny. Oh, what I want to know is, did he pick up a little bit of your check? He didn't do that.
I don't know what kind of... maybe I need a two-word clue for that. A coffee, steel...
It happened in a bar.
Napkin. Napkin or coffee. Coffee snatch.
Happened in a bar.
Napkin snatch. Coffee. Coffee. Coffee would do it. A one-word clue is good enough.
Fine with me.
Thank you.
Whatever you want to pick.
I think one word.
You're the guy.
That's all we need.
Coffee, huh?
Tell me about yourself.
Coffee. You want to go with coffee?
We'll coffee.
All right, let's have a cup of coffee. It happened in a bar. The one-word clue, and it's coffee. Let's bring
we'll
on
try.
the ladies.
I don't know if she'll get
Okay.
it.
Shh. Ladies, we have another question. We have another clue. Here's the question. It happened in a bar. Okay? Happened in a bar. The clue is coffee. Carolyn. Tell us about it, Carolyn.
You mean the time that the guy reached over and took the napkin and then I reached...
That's the one, and you're right, for $100. Absolutely right. Okay, you are right. At this point, Cynthia and Glenn have yet to score, and we have a tie between Janet Lee, Carolyn Orson with $100 apiece. Okay, time for a Tattletale quickie, and here it is. I always expect when I take it out of this side thing that Carolyn's going to go, hey, because it's right next to the... Here we are, ladies. I'm going to ask you this question. Don't give me an answer now. Can a man... Sure. Oh. Ooh. It's a little tricky here. Ladies, can a man be unfaithful to a woman and still be in love with her? Now, this is a general question. This does not necessarily relate to you and your fella here, okay? Can a man be unfaithful to a woman and still be in love with her?
What do you think,
Think
Bert?
that over, and I refuse to answer on the grounds it might tend to incriminate me. Right? Go away and think about that, ladies. We'll come back to you in a moment. Orson, what's Carolyn going to say?
It's a very difficult question because there are levels of love. However, I would think that with love as it is generally accepted in our sex-starved society, the answer would be yes.
Yes. And you think that's what Carolyn would say?
I hope is what she'll say.
All right.
Otherwise, the blue group is going to come and hit me over the head with a bloop.
Okay, let's bring on Carolyn. Carolyn, what is the answer to that? Yes or no? Can a man be unfaithful to a woman he loves? And you know what I mean. Wait.
Funny, you're getting nervous.
Explain this, Bert.
I'm having a little trouble with the
Tell me more
card
about
here. You know the question, yes or no? Can a man be unfaithful to a woman and still be in love with her?
Certainly seems to happen a lot that you hear about it. I'd say yes.
That's what he said. You're right. Absolutely right. Yes,
even a lot that you don't hear about.
And without exploring that any further, let's move right along. Thank you, Carolyn. Lee, how about Janet? What's she going to say?
Well, I think there was at one time that Janet would say no, that one man would be in love with one woman, and that would be it. But I think ever since Dr. Zhivago, when when the movie Omar Sharif was in love with the two ladies, at that point, I think that changed her whole feeling.
That proved it to her. Huh?
I think that she would say yes, he could be in love with two people.
Well, no, the question is not could he be in love with two people. The question is can a man be unfaithful to a woman and still be in love with her?
Yes.
With Geraldine Chaplin, it's possible.
It ain't. What about Julie Christie? It ain't too bad either. Okay, you'll say that she'll say yes.
Yes.
Let's bring her on. All right, Janet, how do you feel about that?
I think generally speaking that absolutely they could.
That's what Lee said. You are right.
Why, generally speaking?
What was that?
Not Lee, though, or I'll kill him.
No. No, not Lee. It didn't say whether or not you would survive. It just says, could you be unfaithful? Thank you, Janet. All right, Glenn, how is Cynthia going to react to that?
Can she be in love with you and be unfaithful, right?
The question is, can a man be unfaithful to a woman and still be in love with her?
No.
You think that, okay, you think that a man, she will say, no, a man cannot be unfaithful to a woman and still be in love with her.
I don't think a man can be in love with a woman and be unfaithful to her.
Okay, and that's what you think Cynthia will say. She'll say no. He's thinking about it now. Yes, okay. Is that it? That's the answer. Let's bring on Cynthia. All right, Cynthia, what is your answer?
No.
That's what he said. You're absolutely right. It was a very definite no. Okay, that's halftime. At this point, Cynthia and Glenn have $100. Janet, Lee, or Carolyn and Orson are tied with $200 apiece. Halftime, fellas, if you will, step to the rear. Ladies, come on out in front. While we are changing places, we'll break away for a brief message just for you. I hope you are too.
You swine.
Our audience is winning money. Everybody's winning money today. And if they're in the rooting section backing our top winning couple, and we're going to have a top winning couple, we're going to give away another $1,000 to that rooting section. All right, gentlemen, it's now the ladies' turn to sit in the hot seat out here, and we'll get back to you with clues and questions in just a minute, okay? See you soon. All right, ladies, ready to go?
Tension mounts.
Tension mounts. We have a close game, by the way, in case you don't know. Carolyn, you and Orson have $200. Janet, you and Lee have $200. And Cynthia, you and Glenn have $100. So one question will even it all up. Here it comes. First question for the ladies, and it is an incident involving food. Spurred on by that reaction from your rooting section, tell us your story about food.
This one. Lee and I took our 3 children out to lunch one day. I was on the road. And we all went out to lunch. And before we left the hotel room, I said, now, anybody that has to go to the bathroom, go. Because once we get to the restaurant, I'm not going to be taking you back and forth. So they said, no, we don't have to go. So we went in, we sat down, we ordered. And my 4-year-old, Goober, sorry, his name is John. We call him Goober. Goober says he had just gotten served his cheeseburger. He says, Mom, I got to go to the bathroom. I said, you can't. I told you you couldn't. You just sit and eat, and when we get back, you can go. He says, Ma, I really got to go. I said, Goober, you're just going to have to eat, and when we get back, you can go. He says, okay, but it sure is hard to eat a cheeseburger with only one hand.
Oh, my. Out of the mouths of babes. Oh, that's wonderful. That's just wonderful. All right, we need a clue now that...
I guess I'll say cheeseburger.
I think so. An incident involving food and cheeseburger should do it for Lee. Huh? Okay, let's bring on the fellas. Gentlemen, we have asked a question and we have a clue. Here is the question first. An incident involving food. Okay? The clue is cheeseburger. Lee. That sounds familiar to you, Lee?
Yes. Does it sound like one hand?
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like, and you're absolutely right. Okay, at this point, Cynthia and Glenn have $100. Carolyn and Orson have $200. Janet and Lee are in the lead with $300. We'll come right back with more of Tattletales after a brief message for you. If IBM designed, hello there.
Yes.
If IBM designed my mouth, it would work a lot better, I think. If IBM designed a computer that would predict what was going to happen to you for the next 5 years, good and bad, would you want to know? If IBM designed a computer that would predict what was going to happen to you for the next 5 years, good and bad, would you want to know? Think about that, fellas, and we'll come back to you in just a moment.
You asking them?
Yes, I'm asking them, and now you're going to tell us what you think they will say, okay? Carolyn, what will Orson say?
No.
He wouldn't want to know?
No.
Why not?
Because we kind of enjoy all the surprises in life.
Okay. Yeah, it would take a lot of surprise out. But what if it was all good news? Then you'd really be kind of excited about it. But it'd be more fun to let it happen.
It's nice to wake up and not know what you're going to do the next day, the next week, the next month,
or the next minute.
year. The next minute.
All right, so you'll say that Orson will say no. He would not want to know.
Right.
But you want to know. Okay, let's bring him on. Orson, how do you feel about that? Would you like to know, yes or no?
I hate it, no.
That's what you said. You're right. Absolutely right. Yes, he said it would lack surprise for you. Is that right?
Oh, well, whatever it is, I don't trust machines.
Thank you, Orson. Okay, Janet, what's Lee going to say?
I think that Lee would say no, just because we both are sort of pessimistic in some ways, and I really wouldn't want to know. I don't think he would either.
Really?
I don't think so.
Well, supposing, like I said to
Like
Carolyn,
that.
if you have sort of a pessimistic outlook or maybe a cynical one, how about if it was a lot of good news in there?
Yeah, but how would you know?
Well, the machine's going to tell you. It says here.
I mean, how would you know that it was going to be good? And you can't. When you're a pessimist, you don't count on that. You know what I mean?
When you're a pessimist, you say, nevertheless, the machine is lying, right?
Anyway,
right,
I don't think he would.
You'll say no. All right, let's bring on Lee. Okay, Lee, how would you react to that? Yes or no? Would you like to know?
Absolutely not.
That's what you said, and you are right.
Except maybe about what's going to happen tonight.
We didn't hear you, Lee. Say it again.
Except maybe about what's going to happen tonight.
All right, thank you. You're right. Cynthia, how about Glenn? How's he going to feel about that?
Well, Glenn has his chart done, and it's sent to the house, and he knows every day. I could be very wrong, but I would say yes.
He would like to know.
Well, just by what I've seen, I don't know whether, no one wants to hear bad news, but I think that if it's negative, he would know in advance. I don't know why he does it, but he does have a chart sent at home.
Okay, so you're going to gamble and say he'll say yes.
Yes.
All right, let's see if he does. All right, Glenn, yes or no? Would you like to know?
Well, when you say IBM, I get a little suspicious, but yes.
That's what you said. You are right. Absolutely right. Which brings up an interesting question. You get a chart, Cynthia said. Is it accurate? Does it really tell you pretty much what's going to happen, you think? Does it predict pretty well?
No.
It doesn't. Oh, it does.
Oh, yes, it does, but I'm not going to say it on the air.
Okay. That signal means our time is up. Our winners are Janet and Lee. Janet and Lee, you've won $400. We add $1,000 to that for a total of $1,400 for your rooting section. Oh, boy. Pandemonium reigns, and we'll be back for more of it after this message. We had a good time today. I hope you did, too. We gave away a total of $1,900 to our studio audience today. Everybody will go home a little richer than they came in. And I hope that you will go away a little richer than when you tune us in, hopefully from some laughs. I want to thank our celebrities. We had a good time. See you next time on Tattletales. Bert Convy saying so long.